Hey, welcome back to Quentin Jones Guitar. I'm Quentin Jones, and today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite guitars in my Gretsch arsenal, my 6120. This is an early 90s Fred Gretsch era 6120. This is a beautiful guitar. It's a maple top, maple back and sides, and a maple neck. And if you can look close, this one's got a beautiful flame on it. What a wonderful flame. Now, I've used this guitar all over the country. This is the guitar that I played on Robert Gordon's albums. I played on Charlie Gracie albums. I made my bones on this guitar, and this guitar got me into the Rockabilly Hall of Fame in Nashville, Tennessee, an honor which I'm very proud of, to be included with such great artists. This guitar features Filtron pickups, has wonderful, great sound to it. And I have a roller bridge on here. This is a roller bridge. It's like a tune-o-matic, but each one has a little roller on it. And it has a bridge that is, I have taped to the top because it's a bridge that's not anchored. It's completely hollow, so it's a pure hollow body guitar. It has the thumb inlays here, which I absolutely love. A horseshoe on the top of the flame maple top. I have a bone nut that I put on it. And I have Spurzels, which I put on back in the day myself. One time I was engaged to do about 30 shows for Hermits. And I flew all over the country with this guitar. And let me tell you, I could put this guitar in the overhead compartment of a jet, fly across the country, get it out of the compartment, take it to the hotel, pull it out of the case, and the guitar was in tune. It's always been strong and it sounds great. I'm in a band called the Reach Around Rodeo Clowns, which is kind of a rockabilly band with a little bit of a bite and a little bit of a punk edge. And no guitar served me better with that sound than this Gretsch guitar. Obviously, a lot of my heroes played this guitar, my guitar heroes. I remember Eddie Cochran was a huge influence on me. This guitar at one point was out of fashion in the 70s. So you could pick these guitars up, used for very little money. And there was this guy from New York that did so. His name was Brian Setzer. And I remember that first import Stray Cat album with him on there with this big 6120. And me and my friends, we were just blown away by that. And immediately these guitars went from being $200 used to $2,500 solely on Brian's reputation. But originally this guitar was made as a Chet Atkins model. In the history of Gretsch, Gretsch always did things a little brighter and a little more pizzazz than their direct competitor Gibson. And Chet Atkins played a lot of great music on this, but it was some of the rock and rollers that really took this guitar to the mainstream. In the 60s, they started making double cutaway 6120s. And I will never forget my first 6120. I was maybe 19 years old. My brother and I come from a horse background, and my dad had a horse racing at the Meadowlands, and we had to take the horse to the Meadowlands and race it. And it was a snowstorm. This happened once we got there. This big blizzard came, so they closed the track down, and then it was freezing cold. So we were stuck at the track, and I convinced my brother to take me into New York City in the horse van. Imagine that. And we went to 48th Street, and I went all up and down the street, and I found like an early 60s 6120 that somebody had put Gibson pickups in. And it was kind of messed up a bit, but I bought it for like $300–400, and I love that guitar. I eventually got rid of the guitar because I didn't think I could ever get the parts to put it back, but that broke my heart. And more importantly, it breaks my heart that the story, you know, the memory of my brother driving me into New York City and finding that guitar and all those things, you know, I would love to have that guitar because it was a great story. Anyways, in the 90s, I finally got my 6120, and I played it for over 20-odd years, full time. I made my life with this guitar. I made my career with this guitar. I bought food with this guitar. I raised a child with this guitar. I bought cars with this guitar, and I bought a house with this guitar. And I will always cherish it. It needs a little work because, like I said, I've played it hard over the years. But that's the thing about this Gretsch and all my Gretsches. I'm a very heavy-handed, very heavy-handed player and I'm very hard on a guitar. And the Gretsches that are made today stand up to my abuse. And I tell people, and I still stand by this, I believe that the Gretsches made today are far superior than any Gretsch ever made at any time. And you should go down to a store, go to your local store and try them out. They have 3 distinct series. They have the 6 series, which this is a 6120, and the 6 series is the full-on professional series. There's the 5 series of the Electromatics, which are phenomenal guitars for under $1,000. And it's just the value of those guitars are just amazing. And then there's the 2 series. You can buy hollow bodies and semi-hollow bodies for under $500. And they're all playable. They all sound great. And they all look really, really cool. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I hope you got a kick out of my beautiful 6120. I'll see you next time here on Quentin Jones Guitars. Thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, do me a favor. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Like and hit the reminder bell. I have lots of great content coming in the near future. Check out my website, www.quentinjonesguitar.com, and find me on Facebook.